Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the new Book Who Dis.
I am your host, DeathMetalHero, and with me is B.A Turner, and we're talking Vigilantes Creed tonight. What's going on, man? How you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. Got some work done today on a laptop. I was actually helping a friend of mine do some surgery. I mean, he was doing the bulk of it because it was his laptop, but I was assisting, and yeah, had to tear the poor thing down to like the bits and pieces and put a new keyboard in. Yeah, so it was fun. You know,
Nice.
I'm glad that it wasn't my project because it was definitely intensive. But, yeah. So that's how my day's going. And I was just doing some drawing here before we started the show.
Nice.
So yeah, having a little computer issues. Were you?
Yep. Yeah, I'm notorious for that.
Well,
Yep.
dude, computers, man, they're great when they work, and they are absolutely obnoxious when they decide not to. Like I was telling you backstage, I do tech support on the side, and sometimes stuff doesn't work. You know, like the laptop today. I got the keyboard on there, and then the new keyboard just decided, these specific keys right here are not going to work for you.
Oh, jeez.
So he's gonna have to re-look into that. So
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. It's how tech goes.
Yep.
But you hear computers working now, and knock on wood, fingers crossed, all that good stuff. It keeps working properly.
Yeah.
Sometimes my microphone decides it's going to go out. But we got a jump in chat going on. Good to see everybody. Thank you all for being here. Jason says 3. I'm not sure what he's saying this time. He's the third person here, although it looks like the first. Maybe he's confused with numbers today. Who knows? You never know with Jason. Skull Flying Feline, good to see you, beautiful.
What's up,
I appreciate
Feline?
you being here. And we've got a Tank Ferret in the chat. Hail you, all you magnificent bastards. Good to see you, Tank. Welcome,
Hail.
sir. Hey. What's up? Hey. What's up, Woodrow? Good to see you, dude. Damn it. See, technology strikes again. Autocorrect doing its best. Yeah, Feline got some new dice today, and they are gorgeous dice. She sent me pictures. 2 sets. They're wicked cool. Do you do any kind of tabletop gaming?
I did in the past, but since having a kid, I haven't done gaming of any sort, unfortunately.
That's understandable. Now, what do I call you? Do you go by BA?
BA, Brent, either one works.
Brent?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I was actually working with my buddy Brett earlier today.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and there's that B.A. Turner guy. Hey, Cement Shoes, what's going on, man? Welcome. Thanks for being here. Let's see. We'll have to find a way to put those puppies to use. Maybe one shots on his channel or something. Yeah, that would be awesome. What's up, good stuff?
What's up, good stuff?
Hey, late. Yes, I know. Technology, it is what it is. Technology is always trying to get one over on us fleshies. Let's see. Just make sure I saw everybody. All right. Almost, it's seltzer. Yes, it's seltzer. It is Waterloo Blackberry Lemonade Seltzer. I usually switch to these when I'm done drinking coffee for the day.
Nice.
Tank Ferret says no gaming. So get a babysitter. Someone buy this man a babysitter.
Yeah, someday.
Tank is on your side. Mick Ultra, man, please, no, thank you. I'd rather drink seltzer. And I see why Feline says almost. It's seltzer. It's a good one. Hang on, I got something for that. Perfect. But yeah. So, what you been reading recently, man? You been reading anything good? Anything just
Yeah.
like really reach out and grab your brain?
Yeah, reading wise, I just finished up The Last Days of Krypton, which is a novel,
Mm.
which is fantastic, by the way. And that's by Kevin Anderson. So that's a really
Okay.
detailed story just about the last days of Krypton, where Jor-El's and Zor-El are trying to save the planet, and
Mm-hmm.
Zod has taken control as a result of an alien, aircraft essentially landing on Krypton. And yeah, it's awesome for folks that know. I mean, a lot of people know, like, yeah, Krypton exploded, right? It's
Right.
gone, but they don't really know, kind of the story behind that, and so it really dives into that. But other than that, I've been reading Soul Tack by Mad Ruth,
Oh,
and
it's a good one.
Kozar by the Barton Brothers, which is fantastic, of
I
course.
have my Kozar book. I have to reach out to the Barton Bros now that I'm not running hither thither and yon and moving and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because I want them to come hang out for a what's in the box so I can open it live. It's one of the things that one of the other shows I do.
Yep.
But yeah, I've got I don't I don't know if you can, yeah, you probably can't see. There's a whole bunch of boxes right behind me here
Mm-hmm.
and down here that are unopened that I need to reach out to people. And, I understand if people can't come hang out, but, for those ones, I will do like a big, just unboxing stream, just a huge, huge unboxing stream. But I like to
Nice.
get the creators to come talk about the work, like in, the I don't know, the steps of going through getting something like it made or the hardships they went to. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, sometimes printing is an evil pain in the ass, and shit goes sideways, back and forth, and upside down, and that's
Mm-hmm.
putting it mildly. So I like to hear those stories, the struggle to get these things
Mm-hmm.
made,
Absolutely.
and it helps people understand, like, the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into making this stuff, because it's not easy.
No.
It requires an almost Sisyphean effort to get shit done,
Mm-hmm.
especially when things go sideways, and they often do.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
yeah. Now the last Son of Krypton, was that a novel first, or was that just or was it a novel first, or was it a graphic novel beforehand? Because that title sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm only aware of the novelization, and I want to say it came out in the early 2000s. But I'm sure there's a comic adaptation or novel adaptation out there that covers the fall of Krypton. So I would hope.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like something John Byrne would have covered, like
Right.
back in the day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Um,
I'm not sure if in Man of Steel if he did a bit of a backstory, kind of like they did in the movie or not.
right.
Um, but yeah, those are some comics I need to get my hands on. So
Yeah. The old Man of Steel books are great. I mean, I'm
mm,
not I'm not a huge Superman fan. It's not
right.
he's never been one of my favorite characters.
Hmm.
He's I kind of find him boring, but John Byrne always knows how to tell a good story, especially visually.
Yep. Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
yeah. Anything else you're reading? Anything you're looking forward to? I guess I should ask. Any book that you're really really looking forward to getting your hands on?
Yeah, I have. I also have a handful of unopened Geminis. I have Jupiter by Jason Sandberg. I have The Mythicals by Hojo, and then I know right now I'll be getting my Terror in the Trenches soon, which I'm super pumped for that. Of course, that looks dope
Yeah,
as hell.
I just got mine today, so I
Nice.
got to reach out to Vaughn. Actually, I just did reach out to Vaughn a little earlier, but yeah, I can't
Yep.
wait to read that one. It's going to be good.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I mean I'm obviously looking forward to Joe's Reaper Destroyer. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't even keep up with all the stuff I've backed in the last 6 months that will pop up at my door, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I backed that one. Sweet.
right? Well, that's kind of the cool thing and the bad thing. Sometimes, you know, you back these and then you kind of forget that you back them, and then they show up and it's like, oh, cool, that's a surprise. But then some of them you back and then you forget about it, and then, like, you know, long time goes by and you're like, hey, wait a minute.
Yep.
So yeah, occasionally I do a stroll through my my Indiegogo listing or my contributions and see, you know, what I've gotten and what I haven't gotten.
Yep. Oh, and then of course, death, death, death. I'm
Oh yeah, yeah.
insanely looking forward to that beast of a book. Oh,
Joe's putting in the work on that one. I mean, that I know that's a huge thing for him. That's like his baby. He's been planning that for a while, and you can tell just like by the pages that he's turning in. Like he is just in love with that story, and he's having a blast telling it. You know, just each page that I see from that book looks pretty damn sick, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I am, let's see, what am I just got Terror in the Trenches. I'm really looking forward to Psycho Killers as well. I just got that the other day. Let's see. I'm looking forward to Shelby's Ragetality. That's coming as well. And of course, Black Flag. Looking forward to Black Flag. Looking forward to Frog G by my buddy Jason and Ink Spots. So yeah, there's so much good stuff, man. You know, this indie scene over here is pretty fucking great.
Yeah, I agree.
What's up, Immortal Rising? Good to see you, man.
What's up, man?
Thanks for coming to hang out. Appreciate you being here. And listen to the wise Feline. Remember to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Share this out. Yes. There will be more. I mean, I'm trying to get into a regular basis of doing more of these. Moving sucks, and it will completely disrupt any and all schedule you may have thought you had.
Oh yeah, I just moved 2 months ago, so I absolutely relate to that. My back is still feeling it.
Your back's like, don't do that to me again. Hire somebody. You know,
pretty much.
I refuse. Immortal says, waiting for death patiently. Yeah. Same. So, anything? What did you read as a kid? Like, where did you know, what inspired you to? Because you're a writer. So what inspired you to want to write?
Yeah, so I grew up in a tiny ass little farm town in Michigan, so there wasn't even a comic book shop anywhere near me. I didn't even get exposed to comic books as a kid. My whole life pretty much revolved around basketball and sports cards, because that's what kids do out in farm country that have nothing else to do. And so really the only thing I read as a kid was Animorphs. So that's what got me into reading, which that was a fantastic freaking book. Especially for a kid, it was when I kind of reread a little bit of the books now, like that had some grit and some darkness to it, and it makes sense why I appreciate that now and like to do some similar storylines. But what really got me into comics per se was Smallville. When I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
My senior year of high school, I got in a really bad accident and pretty much couldn't do anything but sit and stare at the TV for about 6 months. And my brother had got me, I think at that point was the first 4 seasons on DVD, and I just binge watched it, and that's what got me into Superman, Flash, Green Arrow, and that's what spurred my passion for, you know, at least at the time, not anymore, comic book, you know, movies. And then I started collecting a lot of Deathstroke comics, anything Marv Wolfman had his hands on, and Lobo, of course, and Dr. Fate,
Wolfman's
especially too. And yeah, just the combination of a growing passion for those comics and the superhero films at the time, you know, that really kind of, you know, took the idea I had for this story and, you know, really kickstarted my creativity and inspiration. So
that's fucking awesome, man. I love hearing that. I've actually never heard anybody say that that they got into comics because of Smallville. That's awesome, dude. See that's what the outside media should be. You know, it should you know inspire people to go check out the source material. You know, not just stay in the realm of TV shows and movies and whatnot. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad to hear that. And then getting on to Marv Wolfman, man, you cannot go wrong with Wolfman. He was a scribe unlike any other back in the day, you know.
Yeah, his character creations, right, with Teen Titans and Deathstroke, just the design of them, and then he was a hybrid creator, and that's why I really look up to him because there's not a lot of comic book writers that write novels, and he does both fantastically, and that's what I'm aspiring to do now is not just write novels, but start writing full comic issues and be able to satisfy both mediums and hopefully get comic book readers to read novels and vice versa to help both spaces grow in the indie realm of things at least. What's up, Dean?
That's awesome. I mean, looking back at the classic creators to get inspiration, that's what we should do. You know, that's
Absolutely.
that's look back to the stuff that actually sold well. Look back to the stuff that created that wave that we really enjoyed, and take from that. Absolutely. What's going on, Dean? Good to see you. I see you peeping right there. What's going on? Hey, we've got a Mr. William Perdomo in the chat as well. I don't is that the first time you said anything, Will? I didn't see you earlier in the chat. Anyway, welcome, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. So you got some good inspiration, man. So what is the impetus for Vigilantes Creed? Where does that come from?
Yeah, so initially that kind of spurred from getting a chess piece. Like I had a gargoyle tattoo done when I was 20.
Oh,
And
wow.
that night, I had just the most vivid dream of this gargoyle standing atop Detroit Cathedral and overlooking the city, right, with its wings sprawled. And
Right.
it was just one of those dreams you woke up and you felt like you were there. You felt like you were the gargoyle. And from there, I just kept kind of daydreaming from time to time, expanding on that idea of it, taking down criminals and going to different locations in Detroit because at the time I was living around Detroit. And so
Yeah.
it just kind of grew in my mind, but I sat on it for a good 5 years. And then I got into a really dark period in my life. And one night after having a decent amount of drinks and getting home from the movie theater, I'm just like, I'm just going to sit down and type. And 3 hours later, I had written a couple chapters. And I just remember the
Awesome.
first thing I did when I woke up was open up that laptop, and that's all I did before
Right.
work, after work, every day for almost 5-6 years. And
Wow.
then that's how I created the expansive story and character.
Just had a story to
realm I
tell,
have.
and it needed to come out.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
would not be denied. That's
Yeah, and
awesome.
it was therapeutic. That was
Right.
like the best thing to help me through that time, but it ended up turning into a passion. And also it gave me this goal of, well, certain comic book movies and like Smallville, right? They've helped me through some really dark times and gave me inspiration. I'd love for my story to do that for others, for someone
Right.
to read it and be like, hey, this got me through a really dark period in my time. Like that to me would feel more like success than, I sold a couple hundred copies or whatever. Like I want to, do that for other people, like, these creators did for me.
Exactly. I mean, return the favor, inspire the next generation as well.
Yep,
Hell yeah,
exactly.
that's what we need to do, man.
Mhm.
Because if there's not another generation to like start reading comics behind us, then what's going to happen to everything? I mean, it's just going to die.
Yep.
So we need to inspire the younger generation to actually want to read comics.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, let's take a look at the campaign.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a video up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video. An action-packed series about a gargoyle and his team of vigilantes fighting terror in Detroit. right, badass, man. Who did your trailer for you?
Vaughn did.
Hell yeah,
Yep.
my boy Vaughn. He's good at them trailers, man. He's got a knack for it.
Absolutely.
Vaughn actually helped me finalize my my logo for the
Nice.
channel when I redesigned my logo. Yeah, he knew the kind of feel and vibe I was going for, so I reached out to him. That's fucking great, dude. All right, so Vigilantes Creed. Go ahead and give us the pitch. I mean, I see we see it here, but I'd rather show like the awesome artwork. So give us the elevator pitch.
Yeah, so essentially it's about a man named Slade Allen who becomes metaphysically bound to a divine grimoire. And this happens as a result of him sacrificing his life for a woman who's been attacked in downtown Detroit one night. And the reason why he becomes bound to this grimoire is because the grimoire had sensed that a man was being unjustly taken from the earth before his time was up. And that grimoire turns him into a gargoyle every night at the strike of midnight. And at first, he's fueled by vengeance to try to find out who was the man that attacked him and attacked the woman. But the more he looks into it, he finds out that the city is just engulfed in corruption. The police force is, at the time, it seemed like they were heading that corruption. And as he came across more, basically one guy that was in the police force, as well as a neuroscientist that had been affected by the man that's heading all this corruption, which is a man named Incubus there that looks a little bit like Cthulhu. They find out that he has unearthed a Nazi era mind control serum that allows him to enter the subconscious of his subjects and bend their mind to his will. So he can convince
Wow.
them that they cannot feel any pain or fear, so they become the perfect super soldiers. And so
Yeah.
the first book is basically setting up this team of vigilantes and setting up the ultimate war between that team of vigilantes versus Incubus and his team of super soldiers. And they're trying to find a way to infiltrate the fortress of crime that they have set up in Detroit there at the Michigan Central Station.
Nice.
So
So
very
there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of layers going on here. A
yep,
lot of moving parts.
yep.
And of course, Incubus looks very very Cthulhu inspired.
hmm
So that's awesome. Did you read H.P. Lovecraft growing up? As
Some, yeah.
okay,
I did, but ironically, he wasn't inspired. It's
yeah,
one of the kind of common misconceptions, but so he's supposed to resemble an octopus, right, with the
yeah.
tentacles, and he has a mechanical right arm, which allows
Mm-hmm.
him to have enhanced strength and constrict his victims, right, choke them like an octopus would. And
Mm.
when he has entered the subconscious of his victims, he's able to move those tentacles and ink is gushing from his mouth, so hence the name Incubus.
Ah, okay.
hmm
Very very cool.
hmm
Kind of a play on words there. I dig it. I dig it. I
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
And then this is our hero VC.
Yeah, well, so his name is Dread Knight. So he's human by day, which is Slade Allen, but at night he turns into Dread Knight, which is the gargoyle.
Very cool.
So instead
And
of having like a medieval backstory like the Gargoyles TV series, this has more of a biblical backstory where it's tied to like
right.
archangels and things of that nature.
And supernatural
Mm,
supernatural bend to it. So
absolutely.
just to clarify for everybody, this is a couple of novels and a mini comic
hmm
for the campaign here. How many pages are each one of the novels?
So they're both around 240 pages, and they're also oversized novels. So instead of like your traditional 5.5 by 8.5, these are 6.5 by 9.25. So they're
Mhm.
essentially comic book size.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. And they're gloss laminated for more protection.
Ooh.
And I can do a larger font so it's a more comfortable read. So instead of trying to jam your finger into, one of those thick spines, like
Hmm.
now you can comfortably hold it and you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about bending the spine or damaging it just to read it. So
Very cool. And
Yeah,
it'll look good on the shelf too. A
yeah,
nice,
exactly.
nice, good-sized spine like that will look good on the shelf.
Yep, and if you
That's
get
cool.
the duology version, which is a 2-in-1 with the Joe
Mhm.
Ball cover, which Joe's in the chat, so major hail to
Yeah.
him. Yeah, you get that black and white with the cover going in both directions, in the
Let's
front
see
and
here.
back, because that cover
There he is. What's
can
up,
go in two
Joe?
ways.
Good to see you, man. And we got a Pops in the chat. What's going on, Pops? Welcome.
So
Yeah, that Joe Ball cover is fucking sick, man. Like,
mhm,
way to go, Joe. That
yeah,
is bitchin', man.
yep.
Let's see. Oh, they're talking about the plushies in the chat for the Embrace. Uh-huh. Ever you ever think about doing a plushie for your gargoyle here? He'd make a
Yeah,
pretty cool plushie, man. You
I'd
know?
like to do it for both. Yeah, down the road for sure.
Hell yeah. Hey, we got a Pale Rider in the chat as well. What's going on? What does the gargoyle but does the gargoyle have a dong? Sugar Chris wants to know. Wow.
He is dong free at night, but of course when he's human, um, yeah, he's packing, so no worries there.
He's all the way human. Hey, we
That's
got an
right.
Edwin in the chat as well. What's going
Yeah, what's
on,
up,
Edwin?
dude?
Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. So who's doing your artwork here? You know, the character artwork, the cover for the one that you just showed, and you know this
Mhm.
awesome, like I guess this is the wraparound cover for
Yep,
two.
yep. So
Nice.
both novels have a wraparound cover, and for both the novels and the main mini comic, it was all done by Corey Barton. He did the
Hell yeah.
lines, the inks, the color, the
Yeah.
whole 9 yards.
Oh damn, Corey just
And
one man army did, huh?
yep,
Yeah, it
and he
sounds like Corey.
yep,
Talented bastard.
and he's doing about 90% of the interior as well. And
Nice,
then
man.
Elliot Rodriguez is doing 2 of the interior pages as well as one of the art prints.
Awesome, man. Hell yeah, you got
Yeah,
some good talent working on this book, dude.
yeah. And then there's
Hell
a
yeah.
painted Virgin wraparound variant by Skunk Artworks as well, which is pretty badass.
Damn, just keep stacking the talent on this campaign. You got
Right
a variant
there.
covered by Joe Ball. You got Skunk Artworks on here. Like,
Yep.
I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Good God, Joe.
Yeah.
That's fucking gorgeous, dude. I dig it. I dig it. I love the fucking texture over
Mm-hmm.
here. Like, it's just obscene, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's why I had to have a piece by him. It just
Yeah.
definitely fit the feel of my characters and the vibe of the story. And
Oh yeah,
when he
totally.
said
It's
he was open to it, I'm like, do it. And just
there you go.
like for every other piece of art, like I designed the layouts for the most part and designed
Mm-hmm.
the characters and everything, with Corey's help. But this one, I'm just like, Joe, you're nuts. Just go nuts. Like, I know you're going to create something just insane. So I just
It
want
was
to let
so
you
much to draw.
just go crazy.
You don't say, buddy. Really? It was so
Yeah.
much to draw. No. But I
And
mean,
yeah,
it's so much to look at too. You got to keep that in mind, everybody. There's so much to look at. It was so much for Joe to draw. There's
yep.
so much to look at now too.
And what's great is, the original art is still available. So, if anybody wants to have this beauty, it's on the campaign. As well as Skunk's work. So
Mm-hmm.
for those
That's
collectors out
awesome.
there, this is a dope one that will be hard to not keep for myself. So
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I bet. Dean says there's something in that Australian water. They're all legends. I mean,
true.
aren't you down there too, Mr. Talented Embrace Drawing, Dean, who's also in Australia, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They're very humble down under too, apparently. So
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I mean, they did lose a war to a bunch of emus, so you know that when that happens, that's reality just kind of humbling, the nation. I don't know. Yes, Feline is right. It is an absolute fire fucking cover.
mm-hmm.
Does that include hockey? She's asking Dean. It's funny. And so Corey's doing most of the artwork for the interiors as well. That's that dude. So how many pages is the mini comic? I guess is
Yeah.
my question.
So right now it's looking like it's going to be between 15 and 17 pages. It'll have,
Right on.
essentially the idea behind the mini comic, and there's a black and white version, which is what Joe's art was specifically tailored to be the cover
Ah,
for.
yeah.
And so the idea is, it could be a collectible if you just want the art and introductions to the characters, right? It would basically be your teaser to when I have a full comic series, right?
Right.
It'll give you the introduction to the quality of art and what you can expect. But ideally, I'm hoping people will give the novels a chance, whether it's the digital or the
Right.
physical. And what it does is it introduces every major and supporting character with visual art
Mm-hmm.
depicting some of the most major scenes in the book. And
Awesome.
then it also introduces the character with key characteristics,
Mm-hmm.
abilities, kill count, just fun stuff that you would see like on a trading card,
Yeah,
but
dude.
in panel format and in two-page spread format. So if you're
Okay.
reading the novels, it'll tell you like, hey, this is from this page, this chapter of this book.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that, right, it's tough to read novels a lot of the time because,
Dude, I listen to audiobooks.
yeah,
Like audiobooks is the only way I get novels in anymore.
yep. Well, until
Yep.
this, but yes, and I hope to
Right.
have
Yeah.
audiobooks.
Right.
But the idea is, it's really hard to remember how characters were described
Mm-hmm.
or scenery, and a lot of times you'll get distracted trying to remember what color is his hair, how's the stone supposed to look when he turns. Well, this way you just have that mini comic open and boom, it's there, and then it's stuck in your mind so that you can read and kind of play it out like a film because you
Mm-hmm.
have all the imagery there properly so that it's a more smooth read. You can focus more on the detail and the action
Yeah.
versus being distracted and it being boring. And the other problem
Right.
too is a lot of folks, they don't put a lot of effort into the cover art. You might see one character. Sometimes you don't see much of anything.
Well,
Out,
especially on novels,
yeah.
novel covers tend to be like kind of, ooh, we've got to be mysterious and ethereal, and
Mhm.
we'll have somebody do like a photo mashup that
Mhm.
kind of looks like nothing at all, but
Yep.
it's supposed to be something deep.
Yep.
It's usually not. So yeah, no, I'm glad you went. I'm glad you went like actual art route, and
Yep.
you got some fantastic covers on this. Hey, what's going on,
But
Matt?
Matt,
Good to see you, dude. Hail, Luke, and B.A. had Turner on Pre-Kings a few weeks ago.
yeah.
Sweet campaign.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
again
I
for that.
I got you, buddy. I knew what you meant. Yeah, it's awesome, man. So are you? I guess that leads me to my next question. Are you planning to do like a regular comic series? You gonna adapt it to comic book from the novels?
Yeah, my goal is in the next year and a half to have the
Mm-hmm.
first issue of a full comic released, and then hopefully at the same time the next novel, so that every campaign I have something for both types of audiences. And
Awesome.
with this storyline, I could easily do 8+ issues. I mean, there's so much content, and I haven't even finished writing all of the novels, so I'm not the type of guy that wants to jump from storyline to storyline, genre to genre, whatever. Like I
Right.
want to just build this storyline, this universe, and be 100% dedicated to it. And I mean, I've spent 7 years on these two in the mini comic, so it was just a ton of research and just making sure that I'm doing it to the best of my ability and not just
Right.
spitting something out every year like some people do in novels. So
Sure.
you know
Because they
quality over
find a little
quantity.
popularity, and they think if they can just crank them out that they'll build more.
Yep,
You build more by telling a good story.
absolutely. Yep.
That's awesome. Thank you, Feline. I appreciate you posting the link.
Yeah, thank you.
And so you've got ideas for perks and add-ons. So is all of this available on the
Hmm.
campaign?
Yep.
Oh wow! Holy shit! Wow. That's a lot of
So,
stuff.
yeah, I mean, with there being 5 physical items, with two novels, 3 different versions of the mini comic. I
Uh
mean,
huh.
there's obviously I wanted to make sure everyone had the option to either get them individually if they want just the comic. That's great. They can
Mm-hmm.
get that. They just want the books. They can. and then there's digital versions. But I wanted to have combo packages, and that's kind of the primary focus, is to show folks like, hey, if you do the bundles, you get a steep discount. I can, make sure that you get more out of the shipping cost, and you get free art prints, free bookmarks. And so you're getting, and I also want to encourage people, give the novels a shot,
Yeah.
and also the mini comic, because I know there's a lot of comic folks that grew up reading novels as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I know part of the reason why they don't read novels today is because there isn't the visual aspect. Well, now you have the visual
Yeah.
aspect, and maybe I would be that one author that you would enjoy reading novels. And I would love to be that Marv Wolfman, right, for the comic
Right.
readers, and then set myself apart from for the novel readers to be like, hey, I get more of that visualization. I've been missing that. It's worth it to invest in this guy and his ideas.
Yeah. And I agree with Feline. I love that lunchbox. That is
Hmm.
dope. That is a great image for the lunchbox.
Yep.
And you got a puzzle going there as well. I mean,
Hmm.
got all kinds of stuff, man. Got the moich to go along with it. That's always
Yep.
fun. All right, so tell me about let's get physical bundle here.
Yeah.
What is in this? Whoops.
Yeah.
And so you can see all the add-ons over there. Look at that. There's so
Yep.
much stuff that you can add on to this. Wow.
So yeah, this is the one where you get the most bang for your buck, and it's the most popular for the backers so far. You get both of the novels. You get
Mm-hmm.
all three variants of the mini comics, so the Corey Barton cover, the Skunk Artworks cover, and then the Joe Ball black and white. And then you get 3 free art prints, 2 bookmarks for just $50. So on
Wow.
average, you're talking $10 per physical item. So $10 for that big of a whopper of a novel
Yeah,
is really cheap, and
that's a lot of
it's
stuff.
it's not bad
Yeah.
for the floppies either. So
How many pages of novel altogether are we looking at again? Just to
uh,
remind folks.
combined, it would be 480 pages of oversized novel. So
Yeah.
normal sized, you're talking 300 plus each.
Yeah. So that's like
A
600
lot of
pages. Yeah,
content.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of content there. There's a lot of story. And remember, they're bigger books, so they're easier to read, larger print. You can
Hmm.
actually sit back and relax and
Yeah.
enjoy the book. Uh,
Exactly.
hell yeah, man. All right, and black and white cover. That's just the book. Is this so this is just the mini comic?
Yeah, so this would be the mini comic with just black and white from Joe and Corey and Elliot,
Yeah.
without, it's just virgin black and white art for all the folks that just love, having some black and white art to collect.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep.
And then just the mini comic with the Corey Barton cover, 12
Hmm.
bucks. Awesome. And you said it's 17 pages?
It'll be between 15 and 17 as of now.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Ah, there's the skunk artworks.
Yep.
Man, that's gorgeous. Now
Hmm.
is that a wraparound cover?
Yep. And that'll be a virgin
Awesome.
cover, so no titles or anything, just the painting.
Excellent.
Yep.
And then let's see. That's just the regular book with the regular Corey Barton cover.
Yep.
And book 2,
Hmm.
which is also a Corey Barton cover, and that's the one we were showing earlier, the cool wraparound. Hey, speaking of the
Hey,
devil, what's
speaking
going
of
on,
him,
Corey?
oh,
Welcome.
dude.
We're just admiring the cover work you did for BA here, man, and the looking forward to seeing the interiors for the mini comic that you're working on. Okay, so you can get both digital for $25.
Hmm.
And then physical mini comic and mini comic. Oh, so this is all three of them.
Yep.
All three versions of the mini comic for 25. That's a pretty good deal. That way you get all three of those awesome covers.
Yep.
And then this is 3 art prints, 2 bookmarks, and then the duology. Oh, the duology is the black and white book, correct?
The 2-in-1. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's a bit cheaper, and then you get it all in one book, and you get that awesome Joe Ball cover.
Right on, man. And then the physical novel collection. I mean, That's a pretty good deal, man. I mean, the digital is 25. I mean, I'm all for physical books, so I mean, give me, I'll spend the extra 20 or spend the extra $10 and get the physical books. Plus, I like the way they look on the shelves. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, I like books on shelves quite a bit.
Yep.
Hey, we got a Rick Saylor in the chat as well. What's going on, man? Welcome.
What's up, Rick?
It's got nice popping colors. Yeah, it do. Yeah, dude, you did good on that, mate. You did good. All right, so we're scrolling down more. Digital bundle, get everything with the digital, and then duology and the mini comic. Oh, okay, so you get the nice, and obviously get the art prints along with them. Got some great tiers here, man. Both novels and the mini comic. I mean, if you're gonna do that one, you might as well just do the featured tier all the way up at the top. But that's why it's a featured tier. That's what you go for.
Yeah.
And then sketch cards.
Yep, we got one left. The other two are already sold. So
nice. Complete and Total Justice. What's in this one here?
So that one, it's the featured perk, plus you get the lunchbox, plus the 500-piece puzzle. And instead of 3 art prints and 2 bookmarks, you get 5 art prints and 3 bookmarks, and you get the duology. So it's everything.
Wow. So that's just look at this right here, and that you get all of that right here.
Yep.
That's a hell of a deal. Wow. It's
a
lot of stuff.
Yep. And then the next one is that package plus 2 19 by 27 posters and I believe 2 aluminum signs. So like 8 by 11, like 10 signs for your wall like I have here. Yep.
Holy shit.
So
you just adding all the cool extra shit on there. That's really cool, man.
Yep.
Metal. You could even call them metal prints if you want. I mean,
basically,
I know that. Yeah, I know a lot of campaigns. I mean, Brian Polito, when he does his Lady Death campaigns, he's always got metal prints.
Yep.
Sometimes they're actual like 11 by 17 metal prints.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool, man. That's wow.
Yep.
So and you can get the skunk artworks painting.
Yep. And that's a
How
big
boy. Is that?
I think it's 16.5 by 27.
Nice. Wow.
So yeah, it's a big one.
By 27. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Because you said the books, you showed the books. They're closer to comic book size, not paperback size.
Yep.
And then the Joe Ball original cover is still there for the time being, and all the rest of this is sold out. Wow, man. That's nuts. That's a lot of stuff. The Complete and Total Justice package is pretty crazy, but I mean, if you're into metal prints, the Ultimate Justice package seems to have everything, and what used to be the kitchen sink, but is now metal prints.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. When are you looking to fulfill?
In October.
Oh wow, so soon.
Yeah, the novels are 100% done. I already have proofs.
Excellent.
The mini comic will be done before the end of September. So basically, as soon as the funds transfer, I'll be ordering and shipping immediately. So you'll have basically from campaign fruition to fulfillment, like a 90-day or less period. So
that's fantastic, man. I mean, that's planned out ahead, man. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah. Corey says the gargoyle man needs a gargoyle babe.
Maybe someday.
Right. Let's see. There are at least 2 babes so far in the comic, and lots of monsters.
Yep.
Wait, no monster babes? What the? I mean, Feline asks makes a good point here. Gotta have the monster babes.
Still more story to be told. So
God needs a gargoyle babe. Yeah, poor guy.
But he does have a love interest. She's just human for the time being. So.
For the time being. I mean, we're getting.
She is a Corey Barton babe though, so she's kind of a monster in the shirt, if you know what I mean.
She's
So
she's a monster babe, but not a babe that's a monster.
exactly.
Yeah, there you go. See, I do like how the covers look printed. I think Turner posted pictures of it.
Yep.
They are thick books. Yeah, they are. And yeah, see, look, hold that spine up again. See, that's gonna look good on your shelf. You know, you'll be able to see that and know exactly what it is. That's
Yep.
great, man. Covers look good. Yeah, those colors definitely pop, Corey. Good job. I say, ooh, see now everybody's intrigued. They want to know, they want to see what's gonna happen. See, this is how you let little things drop and you build intrigue. People come
That's
back
right.
and check. So what's going on with that? So buy the book. Please buy the book so Turner can hire me to draw more babes in his book. I agree.
There you go.
So October and the mini comic. Is the mini comic all done? Is that
Almost.
that's
Corey
awesome.
just got me the lines and inks for one of the pages today, which people can see on Twitter. I just posted it. So he has just the coloring to do on that page, the coloring to do on a second page, and then to do the lines and the coloring on one more page. So he'll knock that out, I'm sure, in the next month or 5 weeks, and then it's just print my proofs, make sure everything's
Yeah.
good, and place the order. So,
Right on, man.
yep. So I'm doing the
That's
lettering myself, so I've been knocking that out as I get the pages from him. So,
excellent, dude.
yep.
Excellent. Love it, man. That's
Yep.
awesome to hear. And you got some stretch goals. Everybody, go hit this link Feline dropped in the chat and go back to his book so he can hit these stretch goals. Let's take a look. Where are we currently at? 2000 and yeah, man. And you've got 36 days left, which is
Yep.
great. That's great. I mean, look at this interior artwork. Look at this. Damn. I really like the balance of dark and light, Corey. Real like good stuff, man. You know, the contrast. I love that contrast. So let's get back down to the stretch goals. So a print of the two-way of the cover. And let's see, VC sticker pack. What are the stickers going to be? Got a 6 a.m. sticker in your back pocket that you holding out on us?
Not yet, but I mean, if the funding gets high enough, I definitely would be having them do that. So, but for now, probably be probably a pack of between 3 and 5 stickers of the major characters.
Nice,
Yep.
very nice. And yeah, you can't go wrong with Cthulhu. Cthulhu always fun. Corey says he does care a lot about his book, gives me a lot of info and slideshows to reference for each comic page. That's great, man. It's always nice to have reference, though you know exactly what is expected to be on the page.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, yeah, makes the job a little bit easier. You know, so you do a version of Corolla from Tales from the Dark Side. Very
Nice.
cool. Oh yeah, I got to color those 2 pages. Thanks for reminding me. And so we get trading card packs. So trading cards, like we were talking earlier, of the main characters, and a custom fabric patch, huh? Would that be just the logo? Would that be a gargoyle head? Do you have ideas, or are you keeping that under your hat for the time being?
I may do something similar to the Joe Ball sketch card, actually, where it kind of
Oh,
looks like he
okay.
has that, like the moon is kind of a halo. Something like that with some lettering, probably. So
Very cool.
yeah.
I'm a fan of patches. I have a battle vest with a bunch of my metal
Yep.
bands on it. So I'm putting together a battle vest for going to conventions with, a bunch
Nice.
of different comic book themed ones. So yeah, like different companies and indie publishers and whatnot. So yeah,
That's
man,
awesome.
I hope you get there. That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
And the audiobooks. That's awesome. Have you looked into getting them turned into audiobooks already?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously not cheap. You're looking
Yeah.
anywhere from 3 to $5 grand a piece, which is, I mean, it's why I call these Hail Mary stretch goals.
Sure.
if a miracle happens, I might hit them. But I would love, this would be for everyone, regardless of what they backed, what level. If I
Right.
can get to these funding levels, I'm just gonna get the audiobooks produced, and then every single person will get the audiobook, which
That's awesome, man.
would be fantastic, because then you can listen to it anywhere, and I can make sure everyone gets a chance to hear the story.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it may be a while till I can afford to do those, but this would be
Yeah.
so great to offer these. And then when I go on demand, right, then every backer would be able to get the audiobooks for free, which is
Yeah.
a killer deal.
Yeah.
So
Back the book and get the audiobook,
mhm.
that would be fantastic, man. I mean, and like I was saying earlier, the only way I get novels in is audiobooks. And I mean, I just recently took a road trip up to South Carolina to go see Feline, and
Mm-hmm.
riding up there, I was listening to Dune. I was finishing up
Oh,
Dune,
nice.
and yeah, I'd never read it before, and I always make sure that I find an unabridged version of it. Don't give me an abridged version. I want the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love going on road trips and listening to audiobooks,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know. Something about listening to an audiobook just kind of makes the drive just go easier and smoother. I don't know. It could
Yeah.
just be me,
No,
but
that's what they do for me during work, right? I just sit
mhm.
behind a computer. I can plug in my headphones, and just to be
Yep.
able to get distracted from the 9 to 5, is
And still get your
fantastic.
work done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the maximum I have to do.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I mean, I discovered listening to audiobooks while doing work when I was going to college for graphic design. I would
Mhm.
listen to an audiobook while I was doing my design homework because I got
Yep.
bored with the radio.
Hmm.
I wanted the story, and now when I'm painting, when I'm drawing, not so much when I'm laying out pages, because I'm thinking while I'm
Hmm.
laying out pages, and the words kind of scumble up everything in my head.
Yep.
But when I'm inking something, or if I'm just drawing something like a pinup or something like that, then I love listening to an audiobook, because I'll go back and look at that piece of artwork, and I'll
Hmm.
hear a snippet of the audiobook that I was listening to. Like I
Absolutely.
don't know if you're familiar with the Dresden Files,
Yep.
Jim
Yep.
Butcher. Okay, so I have a crow painting that I did a long time ago, and every time I look at it, I'll hear a
Mm,
specific part from one of the audio books of the Dresden Files that I was listening to while I
that's
painted
awesome.
it. It's this weird connection, but yeah. I love audiobooks, and I really hope that you get a chance to do an audiobook.
Yeah.
Audiobooks are awesome, says Dean. I
Yeah,
agree.
me too.
Yeah. Corey says, I'm impressed by the Joe Ball piece on this. One of the best pieces he's done. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's great, man. And it's a hell of a lot of detail. He outdid himself. You but I mean, that's what we all try to strive for whenever we do a new piece of artwork, right? Try to do better than what we did before. Always trying to get better.
Hmm.
You know, steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron. So
Yep. Absolutely.
gotta look at what's around you so you can push yourself to get better.
Oh yeah.
That's the way I look at it anyway, in my humble opinion. All right. So yeah, how long that actually is my next question. How long is the story? How many novels do you see this as?
So near future, the third book is in the works, and that would
Mm-hmm.
be kind of an indirect spin-off, based around a character that gets introduced at the end of book 2.
Ah,
And
okay.
then I plan on there being collaboration between the new characters and the old characters in that book, and then kind of growing from there. Maybe, it's almost like, the first book, you're kind of seeing, Batman and Superman in a way team up, and then you have some of the, supporting characters like Flash and all them, and then
Mm-hmm.
down the line maybe they all come together, on a more grander scale,
Right. Yeah,
war or
universe building.
adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Totally. That's awesome, man.
Yep, and
Um,
then coinciding, comic issues is the plan.
okay, so
So,
you plan to do the whole story as a comic as well. So
yep,
concurrent. Very cool, man.
yeah,
So you got the third book is in the works.
it's doing
Does
him.
does
Yep.
it have a definitive beginning, middle, and end, or is this like kind of an ongoing thing in your head? You'll tell these
So
stories as long as you can come up with stories for these characters.
Yeah, I would like to just focus on these characters. For the third book, I already have
Awesome.
the characters written out and developed, and the start of the story, the middle, not the end yet, but
Right.
I'm just focusing on the brainstorming at the moment and getting the characters kind of nailed down because it's going to be more of a broader team with
Right.
this group of characters. So there's a little bit more you know building to do than the first two.
Excellent, man.
Mm,
That's awesome, dude. So there's there's
thank you.
there's going to be plenty more of this.
Yep.
Uh, and I guess in my tweet I kind of described it as urban fantasy. Is that how you would describe the type of story that this
Yeah,
is?
the best way to describe it is kind of like a stiff drink. It's equal parts urban fantasy, science fiction,
Hmm.
and then with Lovecraftian salt around the rim.
All right. Hey, there you go.
Mm,
That's pretty cool. Might Lovecraftian salt. I wonder if it tastes like octopus or
Yeah,
squid something or other. Blech.
that would fit the bill,
That
but in a good
certainly
way.
would. It certainly would. Awesome. And looking to fulfill in October, so you guys won't
Mhm.
have to wait long for this once the campaign closes. You
Yep.
guys got 36 days, but don't let that deter you. Don't jump. Don't wait. Jump on this now. Do it now. Get it now.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you might forget. All right. Well, we've been rolling for about an hour now. Is there anything else that you want to say about Vigilantes Creed, or anything that you're working on in the future that you want to tell people about? Anything to look forward to, aside
Yeah.
from like the third book, like we were just discussing?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's just if you want to think of comparatives for this, it'd be like if Batman, Hellboy, and the TV series Supernatural had a literary love child. So you're
Wow.
getting a lot of the biblical lore, supernatural lore, and then
Yeah.
more of the Batman style, vigilante character, and then Hellboy is kind of that great comparison, right? Where you have
Yeah.
this creature that looks evil and looks like a demon, but he's actually a hero and he's tied to,
Hmm.
angels and demons. And, other than that, it's really just, I hope people will, give the novels a chance. I promise it's going to be the most immersive reading experience that you'll have with a novel. And,
Yeah.
you're going to get just an extensive storyline with some great backstories. And yeah, I mean, you're gonna have, the nice benefit of this is, with having the mini comic, right? A lot of us could sit down and knock out a comic in a day. Well, with this, I mean, you have days worth of content and, entertainment, if not weeks, to hold you over until I can get you that next book or comic
Hmm.
issue. So yeah, I think it'll go a long way for folks, and I think it'll
Yeah.
give them something, alongside of the comic to enjoy, something different.
That's awesome. Let's see. Uh, Feline says she won't let her go to live chat. I don't know. The YouTube might be acting funny. I don't know. It's been weird recently.
Hmm.
YouTube has been the strange. I thought this was the live chat. Well, I mean, you can have live chat at the top or top chat,
Ah,
and sometimes sometimes being on top chat, you won't see certain comments. It's
hmm.
weird. I've never been 100% on the what they're looking for with the top chat, but
Right.
uh, I have something for this. Sea salt, hello, the Lovecraftian, salt around the rim. Sea salt, hello. I mean, you're not wrong, and I got something for that. Hang on, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's pretty funny. Um, let's see. And how many pages are you planning to make, like the next comic? Because I know this is the mini comic,
Yep.
and so the next comic, is it going to be like a full size book?
Yeah, I'd like to at least do a 30-page floppy, but it just depends on kind of what, whatever my team ends up being, what we're
Right.
comfortable with doing. And also, depends on, what level of funding I feel I might be able to get. And this campaign is kind of that getting that gauge of interest. So,
Sure.
the more confidence I get from this campaign, the more confidence it'll give me to go right into the comic. And the comic, I would like to do it similar to this, to where I fund it, or I fund
Mhm.
my artists up front and get the work done up front, so that there's not a long wait,
Yes.
from campaign start to fulfillment. It's
Yeah.
risky, but if I have that confidence level from the readers and from backers, then I'll take that leap, and I'll dive right in. So.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, yeah, this is just getting your toes in,
Hmm.
getting people to, give it a shot, a
Hmm.
little taste of the story.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is just the beginning, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think I think that's a solid plan. Having most of it done that way, a lot of the campaigns early in this crowdfunding scene over here, a lot of people just kind of jumped in and they didn't really have anything done, and they,
Mm.
things were just took forever, because everything always takes longer than you expect it to.
Yep.
You think it's going to take a certain amount of time, and it ends up taking, almost twice as long.
Absolutely.
It's just Murphy's Law of time, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
But, and I think it's good that a lot of campaigns are trying to have a solid chunk, if not
Mhm.
most of it, done before they launch. That way people can feel a little more confident in, investing in the creator and buying the book, that they're
Mhm.
actually going to get the book. So I
Yeah.
think it's a good idea, man. And I hope you get to do that. I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping too, with one possible advantage of doing it this way is, if I fulfill immediately
Hmm.
in October and I stay in demand, hopefully some of those folks will read it, and that positive feedback will keep drawing people into the in demand, so
Yeah.
that it can grow after the main part of the launch there. Because being a new creator doing something different,
Right.
and specifically being connected with comic folks and trying to sell them novels, that's
Hmm.
that's an uphill battle. So
Little
I
bit.
I, I do expect, that there's going to be resistance, at the start here, but hopefully that in demand, being able to be in demand and ship within a day or two,
Right.
because you have people referring you, will help. So
Hmm.
we'll see.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. And that you can use it as a shop like that.
Mhm.
It's a good way to go. Yeah, Feline says Cthulhu needs to watch those skinny jeans though.
Well, maybe it's an
So,
Easter egg. I don't know.
oh shit! Oh, you heard it here
Who
first,
knows?
folks.
Who knows?
Exclusive, exclusive. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming to hang out. BA, thanks for coming to hang out and bringing the book, man.
Yeah.
This looks like a lot of fun. I love urban fantasy, and I know there's a lot of folks around here as well that enjoy it too.
Yeah.
Guys, go jump on this. It says ooh, juicy gossip. But go hit the link. Feline has dropped the link in the chat here. It's also in the description. But go
Yeah.
ahead and hit
Thank
that
you.
link. And thank you all for being here. But remember, as always,
Shop smart, shop S smart.